So I just wanted to say how marvelous this weekend has been. The Gay Men's Health Leadership Academy. It's our second 4-day academy here at Easton Mt in New York, a lovely spiritual retreat for gay men and their allies. And we had 25 men from around the country, an incredible range of wisdom, cultures, ages, spiritualities. And I think what we accomplished is creating a network of men who are really committed to making a difference in their gay communities and who are really committed to taking their role as youth, adults, elders, and acknowledging their ancestors. And I think coming out of this being the last day, just before we're going to depart, I'm feeling completely recharged in my own commitment to this work. And I really celebrate the fact that 28 gay men can get together and create so much magic and so much incredible commitment.
Hi, my name is Tawhid and I'm from Boston, and I am a part of the NAP caucus at this retreat.
Hello, my name is Brandon, also from Boston, and I am from Fenway Community Health.
Hey, what's up? My name's Steve Bellick. I'm from Boston also, and I'm here with Fenway Community Health Center and Delta Lambda Phi, a fraternity for gay, bisexual, and progressive men.
Hello, my name's Harlan. I'm from Philadelphia. My Eastern name is Harley Quinn Angel. Nice to meet you all.
My name is Dennis Hill. My Eastern name is Nipples McFadden. And, and that's just one I made up right now.
My name is Michael Everett. My Eastern name is Lady Minaj.
I'm Kevin Tramel Jones, and my Eastern name is Section 8. Section 8. Section 8.
My name is Angel Almeida, and I'm from Philadelphia, and I'm here in Easton Mountain. And the person filming is Peter. He was also my roommate. I came here because I felt the need to be connected with other gay men and be part of leadership in my own community. And the reason I say that is because for so long, I didn't do anything to make it either better or worse. I just sort of went with the flow. And I'm at a point in my life that I want to be engaged, and I want to be part of the conversation, and I want to take my own life experiences and give that back, and also hear other people's stories and lives, and what they endured, and what's worked and what's not worked, and just really honor each other and embrace each other and have that sense of community that I didn't really have for most of my adult life. My adult life was very chaotic. And so I feel like doing these type of leadership trainings and just connecting in other smaller circles with my gay brothers, it's really giving me a sense of peace. And it's bringing the best out of me to where before I believed gay was bad. And so I did all the bad things. And now I'm learning that that's not true. And Angel just needs to be Angel, and it's through other people that I learned to do that. So I just want to thank this opportunity to share that, and I look forward to hearing all the other things that other people shared.
Okay, I'm Scott Pegues. This weekend has been a spiritual high. We use the analogy that we shot a rocket straight up into the air the first night when we gathered in ritual, honoring our ancestors and where we came from and what gives us strength. And that has been the driving force not only for us this weekend, but for the gay men's health movement as a whole. And I'm just very excited and honored to be a part of a spirit-filled tradition that is about change and is about growth, and not to be stagnated in loss or death.
Hey guys, this is Andres Hoyos, and I wanted to share with you how much of joy and sense of gratitude I am feeling right now out of this beautiful experience that was possible thanks to you. So thank you so much. A highlight of this experience and something that I want to share is the importance of being in contact with both youth and elders, and finding my sense of connection with a continuum and being part of something that is greater than my existence in this community. So good luck and all my love for you.
Work and change happens in neighborhoods and communities, and so I see myself fulfilling the role of inspiring new leaders and existing leaders to push the change at home when they leave here. That's my hope for everyone who came, and that's certainly my hope for myself.
So something I'm taking home with me was all of that knowledge that like what the elders have passed down to me, but I use the word elder without an age bracket attached to it. By elder to me, it's just a role model, an older game role model, or even a role model that's in my peer group that I've gained something from that I can't really find, in the mass media or by reading, gay liberation books or something like that, where it's just person to person. I've had something to gain from this individual, and they are therefore an elder to me because I've connected with them on a spiritual level and on a personal level, and I know something about them. And that also allowed me to form this network of people across the nation that, I know that if I, am stranded in a city, and whether or not it's I want to know, like, what's the hot spot on a Friday night or what restaurant to avoid because I might have bathroom problems the next day or something, I know I can call them up or send them an email, and they'll be able to help me out with that. So it's just like that. And for me, coming from a gay fraternity perspective, I've gotten a sense of brotherhood from the men here that I also seek out in my fraternity, but this is without all of the, with the official name or without the hierarchy that goes with the fraternity perspective. And these are just people who are out there to share in a sense of brotherhood, but not have anything attached to it, and allow the freedom of whatever moves people to bond and lets them do that.
I have been moved in ways I never thought I could be, whether it be mentally or spiritually. I'd also say physically, if you know what I mean. But it's just been an incredible weekend that I will always take with me, and I hope there are many, many more to come, and that when I share these stories with other people, they'll be able to appreciate it. I hope I give this place justice and give this weekend justice, which at this point I don't think is possible, just because I think it's one of those things that you actually have to be there to see it. It's amazing.
I think that I've never had an experience where I've had such a big personal journey just compacted into such a short amount of time. And I came in very much like a city boy with like my guard up, and I think I'm leaving here just like a total hippie and just really open to nature and to love and to other gay men. And I've been all those things in the past, but not for more than like 10 seconds at a time. So it's amazing to be all those things at the same time. And I have to say I've always really been skeptical about the concept of a queer community, and I never thought that could happen. And it's amazing to come here and meet people who are more well established or older or whatever, but it's amazing not just to hear their perspective, but to know that there's something to look forward to and that there's something to look up to for me, which is something that I've always lacked. So thank you to each and every person here for giving me that and for giving all of us that, and I really, really hope that we can go out and make you guys proud.
Oh, hi, this is Fred, and I am really glad that I was the West Coast representation at this Leadership Academy. I've learned so much from all of you, and I appreciate everything that you've brought to the experience. I laughed a lot, I cried a little bit, and I don't know, I think, you all know individually what you mean to me, and if I didn't get a chance to tell you that, just know that it's here and that we experience it in the work that we do every day, and I'll be thinking of all of you when I'm out there, in the trenches, just like I know that you'll be thinking of me. I think that, like I said once before, that I'm ready to kind of become an adult and be comfortable with that. I've been comfortable with my role as a youth in the movement and within our community and within our circles, and now it's time for me to take on a different role, and I'm really comfortable and excited and energized about that, and really looking to create my own special niche in that. Both youth and elders look to you for support and for information, for resources. It means that we have, as an adult one has a certain amount of power and of influence, and the challenge and the discovery is learning how to use that power and how to use that privilege in a way that in a way that benefits the community. And I'm getting eaten alive by bugs.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and I just wanted to mention that another thing that I'll always laugh about this weekend was Harlan's reaction to bugs, and how every time we were outside, he would be the one in the corner always swatting away, and I love that about him. So love you, Harlan.
This is Bill. When we started our few days together here at Easton Mountain, the facilitators told us, they challenged us to do things a bit differently than we usually do them. And one of the directions was, if you're a person who talks a lot, perhaps you would want to consider not talking so much, and vice versa. Well, I'm a person who talks a lot. I usually have a lot to say about most everything. But when I heard those words, I decided this was a time for me to be a bit more still, a bit quieter. And the rewards of that have been phenomenal. By focusing on my listening and not so much on my responses and my talking, I was able to let go of a lot and absorb a lot. And it left me able to reach out to people in ways I haven't reached out before, and to form new friendships. And that's what I'm going to take with me from here. New friendships, a commitment to the work that I do in government that can, and I do think does, have some impact on the health of gay men. But the most important thing are the friendships and the sense of community that I think was fostered here, especially by Chris and Kevin and Scott as facilitators. I always risk mentioning names because I know I'm not mentioning the names of everyone else who was here. But if you get to see this and you get to hear me, know that I thank you, especially those who left early, and your being here will always be a part of me, and I thank you for that.
But let's get to the real stuff. This is Gay Men's Leadership Summit, Guys Gone Wild, like uncut version. So, wow, I just said uncut. So let's see. Let's first talk about living in an outdoor environment where there's, not a city block to be known or even a convenience store or anything of that sort. Tawheed, how did that make you feel?
Thank you, Stephen. I personally love the nudity aspect of this place. Not my own nudity, which I think is going to be something I explore maybe the next time around, so look forward to that. But I just enjoyed, having the freedom and not hearing the sirens and not feeling like I was being watched all the time, but watched over maybe, but not watched, and I just absolutely love that freedom.
Now, I noticed that, being from Boston, being from the city, we're used to being able to get our Starbucks, our Dunkin' Donuts, our McDonald's, whatever we can on every corner we want to. So, Brendan, what was it like to eat out here in the wilderness?
It's been definitely something interesting. Will it ever happen again? Hell no. But while it did, it was amazing, and I enjoy it.
I just wanna quote Brandon. I think, what was it, the first night we were here, he was like, all right, let's chew some granola and sing Kumbaya. And we were all doing it by the end, but we were loving it. So it was amazing. And at first we were sneaking in a little contraband, a little like Hannaford's fare, but I think we all ate healthier than we have in a long time. So that was wonderful.
Yeah, I've definitely experienced more green than Kermit the Effing Frog. I just didn't know what to do with it in terms of eating, and salad in every way that you can create salad. Whether you cooked it, whether you baked it, whether you stewed it, it was salad every sort of way. It was the 100 ways to cook salad, but it was fine. I was fine with it, and I just went along with it, and it was good. But we did need to take our break and buy our Hershey's bars and go out and get some Coca-Cola because we needed our sugar hype, and that kept us going throughout the weekend because you won't get much sleep. You'll have wonderful conversations. We had wonderful conversations staying up late, whether it was in a sauna, in a hot tub, in a bedroom, non-sexual, and just had great conversations. And then for me, the other thing that I noticed from this environment was I get away from the city rats in the subway, but I've experienced huge snakes, bigger than any man I've ever seen, big ass snakes, sitting outside my room greeting me every morning, every single morning, same snake, just saying, hey, what's going on? So I felt it was Garden of Eden in some ways, whatever, but it was fine. I had a conversation with it by the end. Then, going into the shower and having Charlotte's Web up in the corner, it was fine because I think it was spelling out like gay boy by the end, but it was fine because I had conversations with that while I was showering and singing in the shower because there were spiders all around me. Obviously, there are flies flying into our eyeballs right now as we're doing this interview, but we're going with it because that's what you learn. You just learn to go with the nature, go with the environment, because this is the first time we've actually ever breathed in oxygen in some way. Living in the city, we just don't get it. It just doesn't exist.
My name is Nike Felice, and I like this particular spot for the interview because when I first got here on Friday, there was this is where I saw a snake, a little snake walking away, and snake has a lot of symbolisms, and one of them is fertility, and this was definitely a very fruitful weekend on many levels, from spiritual, mental, and physical, with yoga every morning, which I thought I would do 1 or 2, and I ended up going to all 3 of the yoga sessions. So that was great. And in moving forward, I think this asset-based thinking in a way has kind of revolutionized my thinking on a lot of my subjects. And I really hope to bring that back and reflect that in my work in school, in my dissertation, and my work in the community with the organizations I'm involved with. And I'm really looking forward to reconnecting with everyone that was here. I think that was a very special part of this. It was great having a whole weekend to work on things, and I think that could actually be more like an extra day added or something, where so we could have more participant-run sessions where everybody gets to listen to everyone else that wants to present something can.
I didn't really have any intentions when we first came down here. I think all the information for me was kind of vague, and I just decided to trust the process. And so when I got here, I was really surprised about how diverse the group was. I was really surprised about how welcoming everybody was. And if I had to say what I learned, I think there was a lot of technical and logistical stuff that is going to help me in my work. I also think that I learned to, really be open, and I learned how you can benefit when you trust the process, and when you're open and you're vulnerable. So those things are important to me, and things I'll probably always keep with me.
I definitely agree with Mike. I felt very vulnerable out here this weekend. Not where someone was going to attack me or harm me, but just open enough to allow all kinds of energy from different walks of life and different viewpoints and different opinions to enter me and bounce around and create new light bulbs that I can take back to Philadelphia.
Coming out here,
Coming
out here, I didn't know exactly what to expect from anything, but I trust the process, and it was a really good process, and I got a lot out of it. And I have a ton of new ideas I'm going to take back to work with me and back to my community. So I'm excited about the next steps in the movement and what my part in it's going to be. So that's kind of scary. And the whole experience of being out here in the wilderness, in the woods, with a bunch of gay men, it's been great. So that's all I need to say.
I think for me, although I was a facilitator this weekend, I took so much from this experience. And mostly it had to do around spirituality. A lot of people know that I don't like missing church on Sundays. That's one of the things that I don't like doing.
It's in the Bible.
It's the law.
But I feel like I had such a great spiritual, almost a reawakening, and understanding even more what it means to be a spiritual being and to be connected to a spirit, and then being able to see that spirit amongst other people and developing connections, especially with the 3 other men sitting here. You know, we don't necessarily see each other. I don't necessarily see them in Philadelphia all the time, and we don't get opportunities to hang out. But I feel so spiritually connected to these individuals, and that's
And
probably
we're not
one.
drunk. We
Yeah.
just had lunch.
Yes, we are not drunk, and we are not sitting in the parking lot. But we will be soon. But I had a great time. This has been a good weekend, and I mean, I just want to, since everybody will see this, I mean, I think it's something to be said, to be able to express your feelings in front of other people and to create a public record. And I just want everyone to know that these are my brothers right here, and I love them dearly, and I appreciate everything they contributed to me and my work. And to Michael especially, I didn't get a chance to say this, but Michael truly is one of my elders. When I moved to Philadelphia, I feel like he showed me the ropes in many ways, and it was often done through silence.
Thank you, Kevin. We're here live on location at Easton Mountain. Back to you, Bob.
Assets are funny. We argue about our assets a lot, and I think when you're dealing with people who've always been told that they were without and they were missing something, it's hard to even think that I actually have things and that we have things that can be built up, and it's true. There's a lot of stuff that should have taken us out, and maybe I say that a lot, that nothing's going to take us out. We've made it this far. Nothing's going to kill us all, and I hope that's true. But the truth is, we have a mighty history. You know, we should be dead. We should be gone, and we're not even talking about HIV. You know, we were a few steps away from getting corralled up and put in concentration camps in the United States because homosexuality was a disease that was believed to be spread by immoral behavior. So to make this shift to, let's pay less attention to what we don't have and pay more attention to what we're really good at, and even the things we don't like to be good at, like being silly and having fun and lighthearted and creative, and some of the stereotypical things we deny, that's going to save us. That's going to save us.
I'm Peter LaCour. I'm from New York, and just spent an incredible weekend with a multitude of gorgeous, sensual, sexual, intellectual, spiritual men that, I said it in a thing that teaches you that you can experience incredible sensuality and sexuality without ever having sex.
My name is Pablo Colon. I learned that we are very complex and that we have to embrace that complexity as gay men and be able to and willing to go to difficult places and explore where our hurts and our hurdles are. But also I learned that as much as we have to dig into our barriers and our darker side, we also have to do the same amount of work to celebrate what we have as great people that we are, to celebrate our assets, to celebrate our gifts and our place in the society, and to even discover the gifts that we have that we don't even know that we have yet. And yeah, I think it's time for us to look at the basket of bounty that we carry, because we are bundles of gift and joy that are each of us bringing day in, day out as we walk among our fellow community, straight people, women, people of all races. And it brought closer to me the sense of us being a tribe, and a tribe that is striving for unity of all colors, all races, all beliefs. And that is my hope, and that this movement is part of the movement to carry that forth into reality.
I'm Zonk, and I want to express my gratitude to the facilitators of the Gay Men's Health Conference 2006 in Easton Mt, New York. It has been a very eye-opening experience. The sharing that was done was honest and sincere, came from a place of vulnerability, and the overly guiding spirit of our ancestors that were present here with us at all this time.
But some of the highlight moments is when the other Peter L, in one of our exercises, you know, he'd already made it very clear that having clothes on was a very difficult constraint for him throughout the period. Rips his shirt off, and I go, oh, it's too early in the morning for this. And takes his pants off, and then gets up and prances around as to who he is. And it's like, reminded me of the Sugar Plum Fairy, but just so put into perspective, not only about him, but I think just for all of us, of loosened up, is that, you know, honey, we're all a little queer inside and going around.
One of the things I think I learned very specifically was more about community and being in a space with truly like-minded people. So much in our lives, we search for that every day, and you know, to come to a retreat where you have 25 people that you can sit down and talk to and be open and honest with has been truly enlightening. I've really appreciated that, and it has given my spirit and soul so much more hope, you know, particularly for people of my generation, myself, and for, you know, the youth and the younger people coming up. So I'm really grateful for that. And I learned that communication is very important. Sometimes communication, verbal communication, can be very difficult because we're coming from a place of spirit where language is defunct and inadequate to express really how we feel. But it's so important to tread, you know, and forge, you know, into the unknown, to take that leap of faith, to be the fool and step off, you know, the cliff, and you know, just go for it, and you know, embrace it. I came from a place of spirituality and creativity, and I learned that information is very valuable, but it's not an end-all, but it's so valuable. And I learned that there were 28 men, you know, here that really knew their stuff. They carried with them so much information and knowledge. Even the youth, the younger guys here, you know, opened my eyes to maybe an inadequacy, or I don't know everything and I don't profess to know everything, and but they give me hope that, like, I can go back and sort of hit the books, you know, and really acquire that more knowledge and more information.
My name is Michael McNair, and I'm from Albany, so not too far from this beautiful Easton Mt resort. And I just want to say that I learned a lot this weekend from my fellow brothers, and how to become vulnerable again, and how to enjoy each other's company, how to laugh, how to cry, how to hug. I'm going to take this experience back with me to Albany, to all my friends, and to hopefully pass it on to their friends about the importance of gay brotherhood, and the importance of being sincere in everything that we do. So to all of the men that I've met here, I appreciate you, and I've learned a lot from each and every one of you.
I'm Rex, I'm from Albany, and I had a great time this week. I actually feel like I connected spiritually with a lot of men who I had no idea who they were about 2 days ago, probably on a better level than I have with some of my friends, and was able to open up and experience a wonderful experience. And it's beautiful up here. Everybody should come up and spend some time up here, and keep doing the good work. Thanks.
Oh, no. You know, I stepped out as an elder, and at times I feel I am, but after I did and sat, it's like, you know, elder really doesn't have to do with age. you know, in the Indian custom, clearly the elders are the older ones, the ones that have survived. But I think for us, we've got to recognize that, and I think I said it in the circle, I can't really remember, but that in all of us there's a youth, and all of us there's an adult, and all of us there's an elder. But I feel very proud of being an elder, and one of the things that I've always championed, and I think that I've been best at, and that is in mentoring, both knowingly and unknowingly. And I have a passion to share my experiences, especially with young people who haven't experienced some of that. I had some phenomenal mentors. I had some phenomenal elders that formulated who and what I am, both gay and straight. And not just in my gay life, but in well, not just in terms of with other gay men, but in my work and in other things I do, that not just mentoring, but that sharing of hopefully knowledge, but experience, and actually more importantly, history. If we don't, it's lost. And our history is our essence.
We've created a little something for y'all. Since everyone says that, you know, we've talked a lot about how Boston is very quiet and how we're not really out there. We're gonna put ourselves out there. Now, no autographs, please, and please do not copyright this. We do take donations, but and we will perform at private parties.
Yeah.
But ready?
Yeah.
1. Okay, someone else hold it. 2, 3.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Lean on me
when.
Da, da, da.
Next one.
So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand. Stand by me. Stand by me. Thank you to all of our facilitators, planners.
We love you.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't know, every morning I got up and made breakfast for everyone. And all the facilitators, you know, we were rolling out biscuits, catching fish with our hands. And it was just a different type of leadership I didn't know was in the contract. But, you know, it's okay. We apologize, of course, for the people who got sick. But modern medicine has helped us a great deal in that end, too. I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up? I'm Matty Hart, and sorry I had to leave early. I'm in Philly, I'm at Lemon Hill, and there's a whole lot of picnic happening up on the hill, and I just want to say what a totally remarkable time this weekend was. I felt really connected to folks, and that I felt really charged, and I'm a believer, again, that gay men can be leaders in public health. And in my heart, I felt like I now am really psyched to have a group of righteous, loving comrades. So peace from Lemon Hill.
Okay, this is a Kristen Scott metaphor from the sauna. The first night, this is true, we had to build the sauna ourselves. And I'm sort of from the city, and Chris is really from the city, and he said, well, we can light the stove. And so we were up in the pitch black, lighting a fire. And I just sort of commented to Chris, I said, well, you know, other duties as assigned. At least we didn't have to chop the wood. And Chris actually is very good at setting a fire. And then a bit later we needed water. So we got the water bucket and went, you know, down the trail and down the path and had to carry water. And I turned to Chris, I said, well, every leader should know how to light a fire and how to carry water. And I promised him I'd finish out the metaphor. So I think we're responsible for lighting fires where they need to be lit. Not only the hateful fires that'll burn down the institutions that damage us, but also the fires of knowledge and excitement. But there's a time when you need to sprinkle water and to keep things at bay and let nature take its course, because water always finds its own level without any help. And I think a good leader has to be able to do both, light fires and carry water.
I'm just going to move into the mountain behind you because I think it's very symbolic to the love and the lasting qualities of our community. Back in Philly, so if you hear the bus brakes and the police sirens and the barbecue sounds of summer, it's because we're on Lemon Hill. And the reason why I didn't get a chance to film myself is because, well, I was too busy filming you all. So I thought it'd be a good chance to say hi and tell you I love you all, and I had a really incredible weekend. It was one of those weekends that, for me, it was like when someone said, hey, let's go to Antarctica. And I thought, I don't want to go to Antarctica. And then they said, well, we're going to spend a week in Buenos Aires. Well, that's kind of my relationship to this weekend, and the Buenos Aires part was being around really beautiful gay men. But, but Antarctica turned out to be incredible, beautiful place with incredible light and beautiful wildlife and all the things that I never knew was there. And it's truly wilderness, truly unexplored territory. And so was the conference. I mean, not only was the conference filled with metaphors, which I found enlightening and instructive, but I found everyone's spirit was really open and totally willing to communicate on many different levels, like, you know, cross-generational, everything. It was just brilliant. I did yoga every morning, except the last morning, so that wasn't really every morning, was it? And I just want to say, my intention, what I learned mostly from the weekend was that I'm not dead yet. And that this inner spirit within me, when I pull it out, it can come out. And that people love me. And that is something that I've insulated myself from for so many years. And I am overjoyed to have experienced it. That's what I learned, and I'm really grateful for that. And here's one of my dogs. And then what I'm taking away is to get reconnected to my community in Philly. I've been spending too much time out of Philly. It's time to come back, to get involved, and to participate with my gay brothers and sisters here in Philly. And thank you for bringing that to me. Peace.
Doom, 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 doom. Oh, happy day, oh, happy day, oh, happy day, oh, happy day. When Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed.
I can say I'm personally offended. Y'all can't get on the camera without having to sing. I'm a
La 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 la.
I love these guys.
Just keep put up with them, huh?
And you can see our CD will be in stores.
Yes.
December.
Off of the camera.
Oh wait, we need to get Michael for he's choir boy from Five Heartbeats.
He laughed.
Yes.
Everybody do the sad face. 1, 2, 3.
Michael's gone.
Five Heartbeats. And we're back.
Yeah. Well, thank you. We'll see you guys in 2007
Live presentation
at the Gay Men's Health Summit in Philadelphia.
Do the commercial in Philadelphia. Okay. Let's go have a good time.
When you guys all arrive in Philadelphia, I don't know where you're staying, but the place to be is in the neighborhood. That's 13th and Walnut.
Parker Spruce.
13th Walnut. That's 13th, 12th Street, Walnut, Locust area. That's where Woody's, Pure, all the gay clubs are. Right. So that's what you need to do.
Good pizza shops.
And a good pizza shop is cheap. Oh, yeah. And Bump. Good happy hour.
Not Bump.
And Key West. And the Bathhouse. Body Club. So and all the HIV organizations will be somewhere in that area, so just find them. And we'll send you all. I'm from the Attic Youth Center. I don't think you will probably be there. You can get a tour, but I don't think you can stay.
Probably can.
Huh? Unless you're 13 to 23, that's the only ages we accept. So bring youth.
Unless you like 13 to 23.
Stop it. Next.
I'm from Gale, the Gay and Lesbian Latino AIDS Education Initiative. Yeah.
My name is Michael Everett. I'm from YHEP, the Youth Health Empowerment Project, a project of Philadelphia Fight.
And it's a high rise.
I'm Kevin Trammell.
Jones, baby, Jones.
Is it Jones?
Jones.
Everett? No. I'm
Trim. Oh, there we go. Trim Jones.
I'm Kevin Trammell Jones.
Star, an adult entertainer.
And of the Black Gay Men's Leadership Council, and we will have several events, including a Black Gay Men's Research track in the conference. So please be sure to come out and enjoy.
Support.
Thank you.
You can send all donations to Mike's house, which is another.
Oh, I'm going to settlement on the 28th for my house. You all may get a tour.
Give it up. Give it up.
He ain't gonna have no more film left.
I was gonna talk about my housewarming and what they should bring. I'll have a housewarming.